On to a special report. The country that once, in fact, ruled the waves now faces a devastating reality check. Moscow is openly threatening to hijack and seize Western commercial vessels across international waters in retaliation for crackdowns on its shadow oil fleet. As the Russian threat expands to that high seas level, British defense chiefs issuing an alarming admission. The Royal Navy no longer possesses the firepower of ships to protect maritime trade. Take a look.
A dangerous confrontation is brewing across global sea lanes. Years of relentless budget cuts, shrinking fleet sizes and depleted weapons stockpiles have hollowed out the defenses of major European powers. Now an aggressive adversary is preparing to exploit those exact vulnerabilities on the open water. Russia has now openly threatened retaliation against European shipping if Western countries continue targeting its so-called shadow fleet. President Vladimir Putin says Moscow will respond in kind and could act wherever it considers necessary, not necessarily in the same waters wherein Russian ships are seized.
We see that authorities of some countries, in violation of international maritime law, are trying to restrict the movement of vessels operated by our economic operators, civilian vessels, I stress. They have even gone so far as to consider seizing our vessels and selling property taken from us. This is, of course, nothing short of piracy and robbery. And if such actions begin to be implemented in practice, we will be forced to respond in kind. And not necessarily in the same waters where attacks on vessels are being planned. We will determine ourselves where and when such a response is necessary and appropriate.
The warnings comes after Britain and other European countries stepped up efforts to disrupt Russia's shadow fleet, a network of vessels accused of helping Moscow move sanctioned oil and evade Western restrictions. For Britain, this creates a dangerous problem. The Royal Navy is already being stretched, monitoring Russian warships and shadow fleet vessels around UK waters. Russia is no longer simply watching British ships. Moscow is warning that it could seize Western vessels in retaliation. British defense sources cited by the Telegraph warn the Royal Navy may lack the firepower to protect commercial shipping if Russia escalates. Britain is not defenseless, but protecting merchant ships across vast stretches of ocean would stretch warships, crews, fuel and weapons. Now, Russia may not need to attack Britain directly. By threatening vital shipping routes, Moscow could force London to divert more naval resources to protecting merchant traffic. The message from Moscow is clear. You touch our ships, we can touch yours. For Britain, the question is whether the Royal Navy has enough ships and firepower to make that threat too costly to attempt. Because this time the battlefield may not be Ukraine, it may be the world's shipping lanes. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.